Hey everyone, welcome to the video that I'll be doing on Bitcoin. Just finished a video update on the S&P 500, and now it's Bitcoin's turn. So let's take a look at this. I'm just having a little bit of a lag issue on my machine, but that's to be expected. Before I get started here, of course, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You are responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my opinion on the market, as you all know. So what I want to do is go ahead and take a look at things. I did a projection yesterday based on the price action at the time. So far, so good. So far, so good on this. I do think we are in for a bit of a pullback. I think this is going to be coming in three waves, and we've just completed the first wave, in my opinion. I do think that we are starting to put in a little bit of a local top here. So let's just take a look and see what happened over the weekend. Okay, so we had a bit of a trap back here, right? So we can see we had the hourly and the 3 hour. We talk about being over here and oversold conditions. The 12 hour was still on its way down. Ideally, you want all three of these things to be down in that area at the same time. So I did get caught in a trade here. I got out of that trade, and then I was looking to get back in. So, I started opening up some long positions here. I did open up a short in this area because I could see a little bit of bearish divergence on this on lower time frames. Even I guess on the hourly, you can kind of see it where we have, higher high in the price, but then our Stokes were a little bit lower. So that was a sign that we were probably going to go down. I didn't get out down here. I think I documented this on the video. I got out here in about this area, and then I was looking for another short trade. We were talking about this on the Discord, and I was alerting to everybody. I can bring up the actual verbiage that I used. I said this on February 29th at about noon, and this is Eastern time. So about noon Eastern time on February 29th. So that was that was back here, right here. I said the next move should be a spike up to 8,700, then down to about 8,200. And that's what I would be aiming for. Stop loss around 8,800. So, we kind of moved down a little bit. Then we had our spike. And there were a lot of people FOMOing into positions here. We topped out at 87.69. And so, I caught this. A lot of people did catch this. And we only got down to 8,400, but when I could see that we were starting to move up, I quickly reduced my short exposure and then eventually closed it out once the 12-hour crossed up. And I opened up a long position because what ended up happening when we came down here to 8,400 was the 1 hour, the 3 hour, and the 12-hour were all down here in the oversold conditions. And this, for me, you fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I just did a George Bush, didn't I? But anyway, when you have all of these three down here in oversold conditions, this historically has been a good place to buy. The last time that happened was back here at 8,300. Back here at 8,300, we had the 1 hour, the 3 hour, the 12-hour was approaching this zone as well. And then again, that historically has been a good place to buy. Now, this is very similar to what we're seeing right now. I do think we are going to pull back. I think we're going to pull back. And the reason why I say that is because the 1 hour and the 3 hour both are in overbought territory right now. The 1 hour has already crossed. It's crossing this hour as we speak. The 3 hour is now approaching and just has entered into overbought territory. Excuse me. The last time this happened, just for the record, the last time this happened was back here. We had just reached about 10,300. So we can see right here, the 1 hour and the 3 hour are both approaching overbought territory. The 3 hour continuing to move up as the price was moving sideways. So the price was moving sideways as the 3 hour was moving up, and then eventually we had a spike fail, crazy bearish divergence on this. I got caught in this. And then we had a monster rejection. Now, I'm not expecting a monster rejection. What I'm actually expecting to happen, and let's talk about this here for a moment. From up here at the top, I believe we have a 1 and then an ABC into a 2. Very easy to count this. And then, this is a little harder to read. So I'm thinking this is potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 down here to get us down to this 8,400. And that would have been just the 3. Just the 3. And I think we're actually in a 4 wave. I don't think that this 4 is complete yet. I'm looking for a move up here to the 382, which is at 91.35. And as far as horizontal resistance based on this level, I see lots of support clustering here, and this was on February 25th and February 26th. Lots of support here, which eventually broke through. So I would expect that if we are able to come up here to this 382, which is again at 91.35, I would expect this to be our resistance, and then we go down in 5 more waves to our algo target, which is going to be right here at about 8,000. Now, the significance of this, right? Because obviously we're bouncing here off the 50, and this has historically been a good zone for a bounce, and it was. It was. Even if you caught it the first time at the 50, you were able to take a little bit of profit, but we came right back down to it, and we are bouncing off of it right now. We're getting close to the 382 of the larger move, but the 50 and the 618 of the larger move. And when I say the larger move, what I'm doing is I'm measuring the entire move from the bottom, which was down here at 64.19. 64.19, 50. That's the bottom of this move here approximately. And then 10,542 is the top of this move. We've come down 50% of that entire move. It would not surprise me one bit for us to get down here to, to $8,000, potentially $7,900. The 236 is sitting here at 79.50 off of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The algo target is going to be sitting down here at 79.50. But I do think that also the 618 to the 65, which is the golden zone, has a lot of confluence here with this. And I would fully expect this to be support if we are able to come back down to this range here. Anywhere between 7,900 and 8,000 probably is going to reward you very well. Again, looking at our technicals here, I do think that we are creating a little bit of a local top, and we are already starting to pull back a little bit. I did open a very small size short position up here in this, which I'll be closing out on a retest of probably the 21 or the 55 exponential, bringing us back down here potentially to 86.50. I do ultimately think that we will make it up to about 9,000 to 9,100. As far as moving averages go, probably on the 3-hour time frame, we're going to be seeing some confluence here. We got rejected off the 55 exponential on the 3-hour, taking us all the way up here to potentially the 100 exponential or the 200 exponential is going to get us up here to the zone that we're looking for. So again, 9,100 to 9,130 probably is going to be a good area to be setting some shorts. I do think that we're probably going to be pulling down here to about 86.50. You could grab a scalpel long position here on a retest of the 21 exponential on the 3-hour because this is kind of a guess down here, no technical reasoning behind it. Just looking for this move back and then for an expansion to the upside to 9,100, and then probably are going to fall back off of that. All right, I think I've talked for a little bit too long here, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop things right now. You guys get the idea. Bounce up to about 9,000 to 9,100, then go back down to 8,000, and then we'll reevaluate from there and see where potentially we could be going. But ultimately, I do think that we're going to get a bounce down there. So if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff, because I know that 48% of my viewers are not subscribers. So it doesn't take much for you to click on that little subscribe button and, share with your friends. And if you want to be part of our free-to-use Discord community, just throw in a comment in our YouTube chat. I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out for you. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, good evening. Stay happy and stay healthy.